Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to FTB Inventions. So today I think we're going to continue trying to get this powerhouse factory going, and I was doing some thinking about what I'm going to do with this, and I did a little experiment here around the back, and I kind of like what it looks like. So I think part of the issue is this thing is just too tall for its width and length. So I made a few minor changes here. First off, I pulled it down by one set of windows, and then I added these microblock pillars in between the top. You can see here they aren't there, and over here they are. And I think that makes it look a lot better. It looks a lot more complete. And then on the bottom, I did the same thing. I put stone bricks in the ground, put these pillars here in between, and chopped every other stair out instead of having it smooth like this. And I really think it adds a lot of depth to the wall without adding a lot of clutter. So I think it looks pretty cool. Probably going to go around and do that to the whole thing, and then I'll just place the roof on. And also that will make it to where it's a little easier to see the chimney stack that we're going to build at the end. So yeah, I think that's going to make it look a lot better. Now the other thing is, I have here a whole bunch of this concrete from chisel. And this stuff, it makes you move really fast. Now I have this particular one, this is chiseled to look like the asphalt. And it originally looks like this, and this stuff, it doesn't look real bad. It's a fine texture, not a lot going on in it. But I've been using the asphalt texture, the chisel pattern, and I'm making like a highway here. So you can see we have these road lines from chisel. I think these are really cool. They add the lines to the road without slowing you down, I don't think. But you can see, well, maybe they do slow us down. But you can see this is just normal walking. This is sprinting. And then if we get up on top of here, this is walking, this is sprinting. And then all of a sudden we're really sprinting. So this will allow for a very high-speed walking transit between my base and that's Wandering One's base down there. And then I'm going to be turning the road here. We're going to go up past the mining dimension portal, and then we're going to head off to the northeast and hopefully link up with Wesley's base at some point down the road. So that was part of the reason that I placed this building where I did. You can see I've got a line of torches here, and that's going to be the center of the road, so it allows a little bit of grass between the road and the building, as well as a little bit of grass between the road and the farms here. So yeah, I'm going to be working on that off and on, and I think that's going to add quite a bit to the area. Now these road marks, or whatever they were, road lines, these things take a lot of bone meal is what they end up taking. So to make 8 of them, we need 6 pieces of bone meal or some white dye or these deviating white lily seeds. Deviating lily seeds. And then some redstone. So they're not exactly cheap, but we can make white lines and yellow lines. These are solid when placed down, and then we have the double lines as well. And what I've been doing here is I put down 2 of the lines, then I leave 2 blank, 2 lines, 2 blank, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So I am going to tear the top off of this, pull it down, get the roof on, and I'll be back in a little bit. So I've started putting the roof back on, and I did a little experimenting here with some detail and also an overhang on the roof. Now I did not overhang the end, just the side, But I think this detail is really cool. I've got some pillar blocks right in the center of the block in these 3 spots. I sent the sandstone columns up in, and that's one of the things that is kind of making me think I probably should overhang the end of the roof as well, or the building. And then back behind you can see regular bricks, and you can see stone bricks up above. So I think that's looking really cool. I do think, I'm going to overhang that on the ends. I'm going to continue putting on the roof, and I'm kind of thinking I want to continue on this style here on the front for putting the pillars in there, and that may help the front a little. And actually, once I cut the arch off of this, it actually looks quite a bit better now. But I think one thing that I could do to help this out just a little is go like this, just to make that, that helps a little. So I'll probably do that and then finish putting on the roof. I will extend this over the top of this section, but these pillars, I think I'm going to have them stop right here. So I'll see what that looks like, see if this looks good stopping these pillars or running them all the way to the roof, and I will be back in a little bit, and hopefully we will have a completed roof on this thing. Well, some fairly major changes. So I've got the entire roof on. I'm still not sure about this entrance. The upper portion may get changed still too, but I don't know, that's just something for the future. But I brought the road down here, and that meant a little bit more terraforming here in front of my house. So I've got a whole bunch of this stuff set up. You know, I don't know, I think it looks okay, but it could be a little better. It's an awful lot of the sandy cobblestone. But so, yeah, we can make pretty good speed here, but we still have more to do down there later on. But right now, I think I want to start getting stuff set up in here. So, I forgot to put in a floor. So I'm going to put in a sandstone floor in here. Now we can just use regular sandstone for this, so we'll grab a few stacks of this. And then we need our builder's wands so that we can put this down really fast. So I've got the builder's wands over here, and this should go reasonably quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and eat a little bit of my bread. And I guess we'll take these blocks out. And then we need some sandstone. So here in a little bit we'll have to go through here, light this thing up properly. But yeah, that'll be in just a second. So yeah, I think we'll need to grab all of the torches out of here too, because obviously that's not gonna work right. So yeah, I love these builder's wands, like I said. They really speed things up. So I still have a hole in the roof because I forgot to take it out. Now, one thing about these builder's wands is they only lay things out in a horizontal, the stone ones. I believe you have to get to a diamond level one before they will build vertically. So that kind of sucks, but at the same time, I kind of understand the reasoning for it. Okay, so there we go. We have a floor. Later on, we'll probably put a little bit to the roof, but not yet. So let's go ahead and throw some torches down here. I don't want mobs spawning in here. The last thing that I need is, after all of this work, to have a creeper spawn in here and then blow everything up on me. So we'll place down some torches here. Looks like we need a couple in the middle as well. Oh, it doesn't quite reach. Well, that kind of stinks. And also, we have a spawnable space up here, too. We don't want that. So if we move this over by one, Yeah, that works. Okay, so what I'm thinking is to put the boiler back here somewhere. And since we've got windows everywhere else, I think we'll just go ahead and put it right here in the middle. So I did build all of the blocks that I need to get this thing going again. So we're going to place this out just like we had it before in a 3x4 configure 3x3x4. And apparently we are going to have to put a torch on top of this thing. So let's see, we have these. I'll just get up here and place down a torch, torch. Oh, well, I've got extra torches. How did that happen? I don't know. So now we want to place down our chimney. So we're going to start this thing from the back here. And from the looks of it, we may have to chop a little hole in the roof, or I don't know. I think probably the better thing to do would be to build it slightly away from it. So if we come a couple of blocks away from this thing, how would that look, I wonder? Probably out of place. Well, we'll give it a shot and just see. So we're going to come way up here because these smokestacks are always really tall. And then we're going to drop the smoker on top of it. And then Geronimo. Yeah, I love feather falling. So we may need to make that thicker. But that does kind of give the effect that I'm looking for. It looks like there's fuel being burnt back there. And yeah, we may need to make it a cross pattern like this, and then put the smoker in the center, or we could possibly even put some extra smokers on it. But that's something that I'll think about here in a little bit. But yep, there's that. So the next thing is to get our aqueous accumulator going again. And I think this time, well, yeah, I think we'll do it this way. We're going to place this thing down, and I had to make a new one of these. We're going to place it down here. We want our configuration. I wonder, does this pull out of the air? No. Okay, so we want our configuration just to that side. And then I need some micro blocks. So let's see here. Where do I have the micro block stuff? Right here. So we need that. And then we will grab our satchel. We'll grab a piece of glass. Let's grab more than one out of there. Because I don't want to accidentally do this again and blow up another boiler. So we're going to cut up a few pieces here, make some covers, and we're going to lay out a little space here for the water. So we'll grab these two spots. If we place what? No. Can I grab that back? Nope. Well, that really sucks. So I've got to get another bucket of water. Where's the nearest water? Over here? Come on, water. Oh, what? Okay, that's strange. Getting a little bit of weird lag at the moment. I don't know why. But so we're going to place this last bit of water here, and now we should be getting, yep. So this thing should be filling with water. I guess the next thing will be to get our charcoal in here, get that thing to start producing steam, and then we'll need to set our generator up again. So I'm gonna get this thing heated back up to 1,000 degrees, and I'll be back to set up the generator. Well, I pretty well have everything set up here to be able to generate power. We are on a limited supply of logs right now because the furnace is not running yet. But we just passed the point at where we should be producing steam. So we're not quite producing enough steam to keep this thing running at the moment, but we're still making about 115 RF a tick, which is definitely more than we're using. So we can see now our energy cell is powering up. Now I got the energy in this cell by putting our solar panel on it, and yeah, that gave us a little bit to power these guys up to begin with. But so as this gets hotter and hotter, we'll be producing more and more steam, and this thing will slowly spin up faster and faster, produce more and more RF, and once it gets going a little bit hotter, I'm going to run some power lines. Well, I'll probably do this while I'm waiting for it to get hotter. I'll run some power lines under the ground over here, and we're going to set up the harvester right here on this side of the farms this time, and we're going to turn this thing back on. So yeah, I guess what I'll probably do is get those power lines run, get the harvester set up, and I will be back here in a little bit. So once again, our generator is running at full speed. We are getting 200 millibuckets a tick into this thing. We have a maximum capacity of 400 RF a tick now. We are slowly starting to get some steam built up here, I think. Well, you never know. Eventually we'll get some built up here. But, oh, I see. We're building it up in the turbine right now. But I also have a whole bunch of stuff set up down here. So, yeah, I've got a little access tunnel down here. I've got power and item ducts running through here. Eventually, I'm probably going to replace these item ducts with ME cable. But then, oh, I have some spawnable space here. I have a chest for the harvester to dump into, and that runs into a second chest. Now this one right now is a bit of a problem, but I have a hardened servo here pulling out potatoes, carrots, seeds, and oak saplings. That is heading over here to the planter, and I currently have it set up for 6 of the 9 spots with trees, just so that we can get our tree supply back, or our log supply back up. The other side is only set to send logs at the moment, and so those get sent down here to this better barrel that happens to be facing down. Well, that barrel will send its contents into these redstone furnaces, which are working on keeping the charcoal supply up in the steam boiler. I also have this barrel of charcoal to supplement because I still only have 2 of the redstone furnaces, and these things, it takes at least 3 of them to keep up with this boiler. Now I did upgrade one of these to a hardened furnace, but we do not have enough material to build this augment for it. So we need bronze for that, and in order to make bronze, we are going to need to make up an induction smelter. So I think what I'm going to do is get a whole bunch of stuff together, and we'll get that induction smelter made so that we can start getting some upgrades for some of our thermal expansion machines. Well, I have everything gathered up for a couple of machines here now, so we're going to be making the induction smelter, the magma crucible, and the fluid transposer. These are going to be some of the machines that we're really going to want for what we're going to be doing coming up here really soon. And so the first one, the induction smelter, we need a bucket, a machine frame of some kind. I'm going to be using basic machine frames for all of these because I don't have a whole heck of a lot of the Invar. But we need some Invar ingots and some Invar gears and a redstone reception coil. So we're going to go ahead and make that up. So induction smelter. The magma crucible, takes a leadstone energy cell frame, some nether brick, a machine frame, redstone reception coil, and Invar gears. The leadstone energy cell frame is just 4 lead ingots, 4 pieces of glass, and a block of redstone. So this is a pretty simple recipe as well. We're going to get that. And finally, the fluid transposer. This is a bucket, machine frame, 2 pieces of glass, 2 copper gears, and a redstone reception coil. So we've got all of those taken care of. I've also made up some more hardened flux ducts because, well, I ran out of those too, because there's an awful long line of flux ducts running out here to the tree farm. So I also had to make up some hardened caches to hold some of our items here. So like our saplings here, we've got over 8,000 of those now. And I just want to check here, yeah, this thing still is not keeping up, so we're going to have to definitely be updating this system very soon, hopefully to the applied energistics. I also had to set in a cache down here because we had run out of space in our better barrel. So we've got about 7,000, just shy of 7,000 logs in there, but we also have these 2 full better barrels. This is as a surplus reserve in case we happen to run out of wood for whatever reason and our power system shuts down. So I've already set our pulverizer here. I'm going to be putting some of these machines along this wall. So I think I'm going to put the induction smelter right here, and we're going to want to set our configuration here on these to nothing right now. And I forgot I had pulverized some iron ore there. So then we're going to take our fluid transposer and magma crucible and place those over here. So these we will want going into each other. So the magma crucible we will want outputting to that side. The fluid transposer we will want inputting from the right side. So now we can, say, smelt down redstone or ender pearls if we ever happen to get any, and then we can put those into buckets or whatever we need to do. So now that we've got these machines, we can start looking at upgrading some of our other stuff. So one thing that I had wanted to do here was get some augments for my furnace here. So we have our redstone furnace here that I have upgraded to hardened. So that means we have space for another augment. So if we look up our augments, we have the secondary reception coil. Well, this requires bronze. So the way that I'm going to be making this bronze, if I can find it here, so we need the, oh, I just saw it, the thermal foundation. No, come on. The thermal foundation bronze. So we can smelt bronze blend for that, or I believe, yes, we can melt copper and tin together in the induction smelter, and we can use ingots for that. So we'll be able to make up some bronze, we can make up those augments, and then we can have a redstone furnace running faster. See, right now we are not keeping up on the steam boiler, and we have run out of our reserve charcoal back here, so it will be rather important to get that going. So I'm going to run up here and grab some copper and tin, and we're going to get some bronze made up. So, you know, well, we'll just grab that. And tin, well, we've got a little bit of tin there, and we'll just grab a few so we can make a good portion there, plus stack. This will make a great deal plenty of bronze for us. We shouldn't have to worry about that in the slightest. So if we put our copper and our tin in here, we should start to get bronze pretty rapidly. So that will be enough for us to make one augment, I believe. Yeah. So all that we need to do is go and grab some gold, redstone, and what was the last thing that we needed there? More redstone. Gold and redstone, that's all we need. So we need 1 gold, and we need 4 redstone. So if we take and make ourselves a reception coil, and then we'll place our redstone in the bottom, a reception coil in the middle, and bronze around the reception coil. There we go. So there is our first augment for our thermal foundation machines. So this should increase our speed on our furnace here just a little bit. It won't do it too much. It says it goes 2 times as fast. I don't think it quite works, but that also increases us from 20 RF a tick to 60 RF a tick. So it does go faster, but it takes more power. But we are producing way more power than we need at the moment. Even when the tree farm is running at full blast, you can see we're still under our limit, and we can always add more steam turbines because we are producing a huge amount of steam. So I think what I'm going to try to do is upgrade the other furnace here to hardened, and I'm probably going to go ahead and just upgrade all of these to hardened, get the reception coil in all of them with the possible exception of the pulverizer. I think the pulverizer, we may go with the secondary sieve, which increases the chance of the bonus item. You know, we got 5 ferrous or nickel out of this iron that I pulverized, and we could get more, or we could just make it go faster. I don't know. I'll think about that. But yeah, I'm going to upgrade all of these, and I will be back in a little bit. So we had a definite bit of an issue here. Our harvesting system plugged up. The chests were completely full of, this one here was full of this kind of stuff, and then all of the logs got trapped here. Nothing was getting over to our furnaces, and our system ran out of wood, and we lost power. So this is definitely going to be something I'm going to have to get fixed. We've got to have something to deal with all of this stuff, put it in the various locations that it needs to go to. I suppose for now one of the best ways that we could deal with this would be just to remove all of this stuff and let it run solely on trees. I suppose that would be one of the best things we could do at the moment. But yeah, we definitely have an issue there, something that we need to address. So I think I want to get the ME system to deal with that. So I'm going to have to get all of that stuff set up and ready to go. And then on top of that, I had been doing a little bit of work on getting some obsidian so that we could make some hardened glass, since we now have the induction smelter. So the induction smelter can make hardened glass with pulverized obsidian and lead ingots, and I believe it takes 4 pulverized obsidian and 1 lead, let's see, yep, 4 pulverized obsidian and either 1 lead dust or 1 lead ingot to make that. Or you can also do it in the alloy smelter, but we don't have the alloy smelter. So yeah, the reason that I've been making this stuff is because that's how we upgrade the next tier. Whoops, that was the wrong one. So here, to get to the hardened, we need Invar and Electrum. To get to the reinforced, we need our hardened glass and Signalum. Well, Signalum is made by smelting this Signalum blend, which is a bucket of destabilized redstone, 3 copper, and 1 silver. So I have smelted down a whole bunch of redstone. We have 10 buckets here in the fluid transposer, and then we've got another 200 or 2200 millibuckets here, which is just a little over 2 buckets. But so we will be able to make some Signalum. One thing about it though is this one hardened furnace with the secondary reception coil augment is keeping up with our steam boiler. The only trouble is we're waiting for this thing to heat back up. So I'm glad I have this secondary hardened energy cell. This one was saving power just for the redstone furnaces. So this one has been bone dry for a little while already. What we have set up here is it comes out of our generator into this cell. From this cell it branches off to the harvester and planter, and over here to this cell as well as to these machines. So we definitely need to get this all upgraded, get more speed, more power, and a more reliable source of charcoal to fuel our boiler. Now, another thing that I did find interesting is we can put cobblestone in the magma crucible here, and it will turn into lava. Well, that lava we can put in the boiler. You can see we've got spots for buckets. If we put a bucket of lava here in the fuel slot, it actually spits out a bucket and uses the lava, but the lava gives us, it seems like, less fuel than the charcoal. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, and we are making power again. We are pulverizing our copper again. So, yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a problem getting all of that set up. But for today, I think I am going to say that's it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up and let me know. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been doing or any thoughts on what you want to see me be working on, go ahead and leave those down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye!